And now, a history lesson from Herold the Horse on the Great Smog of 1952. When one thinks of important turning points of the 20th century, a few obvious options come to mind. The election of the great Woodrow Wilson, the murder of rap sensation Tupac Shakur, the births of tens of thousands of egocentric Americans. But, in the end, there's only one event that generated enough deaths, enough fear, enough tangible change to be considered the most important event of the 1900s. This event was the Great Smog of 1952. The Great Smog not only forced thousands to die, it made the world shake in fear, but, in addition, it represented all that is wrong with the developing society and created intermediate change through environmental leaders of the time. Kentucky-born historian Eugene Harris famously stated that there ain't nothing more influential or instrumental or informational than the Great Smog of 1952. Harris, of course, was exactly right. When the terrible but fated coincidence occurred on December 5th, exactly 1 year after Shoeless Joe's birth, the thick fog, combined with the factory smoke and smoke from coal fires, the consequences were unimaginable. The smoke combined with the fog, thus creating a scientific substance commonly known as smog, killing 12,000 of society's weakest individuals, ranging from the elderly to those with respiratory difficulties. Some would call this natural selection, and they would be correct. But even a strong country like London cannot handle a 12,000 person loss. A person can delve into this topic even further, for the significance of the event goes beyond the magnitude of deaths and obvious safety hazards that go along with dense smog or fog. This resulted in the eventual creation of 2 Clean Air Acts in Britain. This single occurrence was a key environmental event of the 20th century. It opened up European eyes to the danger of pollution, fog, and cigarettes. Now, it is common knowledge not to turn on high beams in fog because of potential reflection. This is because of the Great Smog. The Great Smog is actually the source of blame. I lost my spot. Okay. The Great Smog is, in actuality, the source or blame of many very important happenings. For example, credit of the birth of Winston Churchill's grandson, the destruction of the last replica of Noah's famed Ark, and the invention of a knockoff brand of Play-Doh can all be placed on the Great Smog. Without the smog, nothing would be the same. Whether or not the 12,000 Brits deserve to die truly should not be as large of a topic for debate as it is. Smoggers should divert their foci to the more important aspects of life, that it acted as an impetus for change in environmental thought. It changed the entire human paradigm on the power of black smoke and pollution, and better exemplifies the social change of the 20th century and the caution that went along with it than anything else of the time period. The Great Smog told humans that no matter how far they got technologically or intellectually, nature's skills would forever be superior. And that, boys and girls, is a history lesson from Herold the Horse. Thank you for your time. Good night, everybody. What button do I push?
Little camera button.